All right, namaste, namaste. Great to be here. We're going to Costa Rica today on our island venture. And we're going to just move into Niyama, a little bit of talk of Niyama number 3, which is tapas, self-discipline, and it's most known as fire, the strength, the heat of change, the strength to burn through resistance, but not burn out, right? There's a fine line there, as we all know. So we'll be working through the transformation through fire, And that's a third chakra is the element of fiery self-will, and we'll work with that energy. And maybe try holding the poses just a little bit longer than I typically teach, just to emulate certain poses, holding longer to stay in and working with that thing of wanting to get out. Certainly get out if it works, listen to your body always, but then try to maybe go just one more breath a little bit longer. So very good. We'll get started with our breath work, and I will scooch back a little bit. Our lot. Okay. So let's start with the exhale, the double breath through the mouth. Once I get seated, we'll tense the body, inhale. Tense, vibrate with energy, and then exhale, short them on through the mouth. Let it go. Yeah, double breath, inhale. Feel the muscles vibrating with energy. When you're ready, double breath, exhale. And then just come into the full yogic breath, letting the belly expand on the inhale, the heart open, lengthen through the crown. Exhale from the crown, heart, belly, and feet. As much as you can, letting go. And noticing what brought you to the mat today as you breathe in. Working with intention and commitment, self-discipline, correct? Be allowing ourselves to have some more ease and peace and restoration. Notice the pauses in between. Let's start on the ground, on the earth, as we take our time to trickle down, low back, mid back, upper back, press to the feet, squeeze the arms up, plug in the spine, and then just plug those knees in to the shoulders. Rocking the head side to side. Ironing out all the tissue we can. Iron it. And then we're going to take a strong extension with the arms up and the legs extended out from the hips. Stretch, 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 stretch. And then fold the right knee to the right shoulder. Lift the head a little bit. Moving the core, and then stretching the arms up again. Elongate, peel the toes back, spread the toes wide, fingers wide, and then exhale. Hugging the left knee and lifting the head. Just warming up. Inhale, we'll take it a little bit deeper this time. And the hip press. As you exhale, draw that knee in, circle the knee around, tuning into what's happening in the moment. hips fall back. If it's too much to have this left leg extended, bend the left knee. Draw that right knee toward the shoulder. Climb up the gap. Use the strap if you like. If possible, have that leg extended. It still may be. Feel the toes back. Big exhales, big sounding exhales. Up, up. Release breath. That's part of tapas. It's that releasing. And that burning through resistance, tightness. Try to have an evenness across the low back so you're not just cranking over to the right side too much, counterbalance with that left side of the body. Very good. Lower that right left heel, extend the right leg, plug in the shoulders, palms face one another, and simultaneously stretch the arms overhead. Stretching, draw the inner borders of the feet together, clasping the right wrist and doing our half moon on the ground. So we're arcing over to the left. And affirming strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Say it loud first, and then medium. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. And then more softly, inwardly. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Okay, lengthen up. Sweep the arms around, folding that left knee in. Circling the left knee around, hydrating. Let's see. Open up to the openings in the body, the beginning of the openings in our personal worlds, hopefully, as we come in. Again, if it's too much on the low back, start with that knee bent, lift the left foot to the sky, climb up the calf, draw that left knee toward the left armpit if possible. Extend that leg, peel the toes back, big exhales. And in line with the spine. Noticing what mentally you know, there's so much that comes up in our mind and the thought process and what we can't let go of. And trusting and the bigger, the higher dimension. So I will reason, I will will, I will act. That's third chakra, willpower. But guide my reason, will, and activity to the highest good. That's a Yogananda affirmation to the highest good. Rock too far. Try to stay balanced through the lumbar central channel, low back. And when you're ready, extending the left leg, lifting the arms, plugging in the shoulders, palms face one another as we allow the arms to come up overhead. Once that left heel touches, draw the inner borders of the feet together, clasping the left wrist in half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, lying down to the right. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. You're saying that either out loud or the third time softly, perhaps inwardly. Strength and courage. Fill my body cells. Okay, coming back to center. And just taking a moment here. Thumb, index finger together, palms up, mini Shavasana, but full yogic breath, belly, heart, crown, all the cells smiling. Exhale, softening. Strength and softness, both are needed. We have that. It's been a stressful week. Exhale through the mouth, otherwise through the nostrils. Okay. Bending the first draw the inner borders of the feet together. Bend the knees. Let's do happy baby before we gradually come up. Same, you can reach on the inner arches of the feet. Rocking across the belt line. If you want to extend that leg, go ahead. Angle myself to do that. Soon, yes. If all goes well, we will be on a beach in Costa Rica. Not just imagining it. Okay. And inner borders of the feet together. Circling the knees 3 times in one direction. That's our destination today. Costa Rica as we go the other direction. Right. And we're going to roll onto the side. So right arm by the right ear, wherever, however your position. Going onto the side. And then I'm going to definitely use a blanket, even though I have a thick mat, I like that extra padding for sure for the knees. And we've done cat kicks before, but what I really want us to focus on is that when we come down, bringing those upper arms by the side body and the forearms lined up with the wrists and the elbows. So we're not doing this, okay? So it's a very strengthening for the triceps when done correctly. And what we're doing is we're planting down so that we're spacing ourselves properly by clasping the elbows and then bringing the palms down. And again, that elbow to wrist, not bringing the elbows up to the side. Okay, so our cat kicks. So drawing the right knee in, taking your time here. We're building some heat, lifting the right leg up. Feel the muscles wrapping around the bones here. Exhale, round. And then extend, inhale. We're going to do 3 of these total to get the feeling of the forearms on the ground. And now we're going to lift the forearms off the ground. You'll see what I mean in a moment here. Folding in. And then extending up and out, looking forward in front of the mat. And then turning those toes under, burning, tapas, burning into that right calf. And where the elbow tips are, we're going to bring the wrists, the palms of the hands. I'm going to rise up a bit and do 3 more of these with a push-up, okay? So we fold in, big exhale, extend out, up, and then draw those elbows in, push up. Take your time, go slower than you might usually think to really feel that. Hopefully you do, rounded cat, extend out, up, push up. It's like a push down and then a push up. Okay, one more time. Exhale, extend out, up, and then push down to push up. All right, let's do a down dog before we go to the other side. So lift the tailbone to the sky, tread it out, full body stretch. And that's, you know, the classic tapas is the breath of fire, the fire breath. So once we get aligned, pressing into the 4 points of the hands, exhaling strongly through the nostrils, drawing the navel back toward the spine. You're going to press into the base of the fingers each exhale. So 10 times. Begin. Slow it down. Tapas is very cleansing. We're going to ripple through there. It's the third chakra of the fire center, but also very connected to the belly and what's called Agni and our digestion. Adjusting, not just our food, adjusting life. And so when we come rippling out here, we're going to bend the knees and plant those forearms down again. And of course, we're going to do the same move 3 times with the forearms on the left side. So draw that right knee in, left knee folds in, extend and lift. You're looking forward when you lift, you're hovering. You're doing it slow enough to feel it. Pulling in, extending out, and up. Exhale. Extending that leg out, and opening. And then lowering that left leg. Reach back through that left heel. Burn into the left calf. Feel that. And where those elbow tips are, we're going to place the palm, the base of our wrist here, and do that same movement with a push up, push down, exhale. Extending, pushing down, elbows in, and then lifting up. Subtlety here, it's easy to turn that hip out to the side, trying to keep it fairly balanced, fairly even on the descent. Extending, lifting, and then lowering. And building some heat. By going slower, sometimes we think we go faster and we build the heat. That's definitely, certainly a style out there in yoga, but going slower, feel that fire as well. And then lowering back to our first bring into the calf, going back and forth. And then we'll take it into a plank. So we take it into plank, elongating through the heels, through the crown, if possible. And then let's do chaturanga. Knees touch, and walk the hands a little bit forward. Exhale, we're going to push up chaturanga 2 times. 1, a lot of arm strength here today. 2, and then all the way down. Ooh. Unfurl the legs. You like to do that. Shoulder fluidity, flexibility, circling in that figure 8. I'm going to do locust lifts, Salambhasana. So first, just stack one hand on top of the other, and let's take rest, full yogic breath on our belly. Rest it, belly, heart. Feel the back body extend into the sky, crown, and then melting in the opposite direction toward the earth. And then working with Salambhasana. So super person pose, arms come down by our side. We're going to inhale, pulse up, lift the right leg, shoulders away from the ear, spread the right toes. And charging the spine. And then lowering. And of course, the left side, lifting the upper body, lifting the left leg, soaring on wings of joy. And soar upward on wings of joy, we're starting to feel our wings again. A lot of people are maybe not saying it like that, but the more opportunities, social connections, and events we can go to as well as we release. And now both, if you can't interlock, interlock. If not, the arms could be out by your side. I'm going to interlock. Inhale, lift the upper body, squeezing so, and then lift the legs, pulsing up. And then exhale, halfway down. Inhale, pulse up again, recharging the spine. Beginning back bend, recalling any scattered forces to recharge the spine. Staying maybe a little bit longer if you can. And release halfway. And one more. Inhale. Pulse up. That's it. And then exhale, ease. Take rest here. Melt into the support of the earth. And let it hold you. Hear the sound of the oceanic breath. Really hear it on the bellies here like this in the throat. All right, we're going to rise up into either regular, you can do forearm cobra, right? That's an option. This is stage one of the Bhujangasana. Or you can bring those hands back for the elbow tips forward. And then either lift up on the knees or lift off the knees. Be strong. Lion's breath. Stick up the tongue, eye gaze up. Now all the chakras, all those lotus petals in the central channel are opening up. Chakras are all over our body, but the main ones are opening up through the central channel. And then the knees touch down. We're going to go into a rounded cat for a moment, that opposite stretch. We work with the opposites. Stabilizing, lifting the heels. Well, I'm sorry, lifting the knees. And extending to the heels, yes, for strength building, part of tapas. Shred it out. We want that calm fire of determination, that calm fire radiates through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being, that perseverance when we feel like we just want to kind of give up. We dig deep, we dig deeper into our will and strength and let it be guided by divine will. We're going to keep flowing here if possible. Bring the inner borders of the feet together. Lifting the right leg. Bending the right knee, circling, half circles for the hip. Lots of hip openers, compression. Couple times. This can be a challenge to bring the knee to the chest and step through where we may want our blocks here to help us out. Okay, so have your prop as we pulse forward. Belly hard hip lifts. Very good. Hip lunges are great hip openers, of course. Last week we did it with the knee down and then rounded. One more time. Inhale, pulse it up. And then see what happens when we bring this left knee down and we peel back into our half split Hanumanasana. Draw the right toes back, the right hip back, left hand toward the toes. Bowing to the wisdom of the heart. Navel toward the spine. We draw the belly in. Expand open. On the inhale. Hanumanasana, half split. Now this one, it's be careful of your mid back here. What we're going to do is we're going to come forward again on top of that knee. And we're going to see the twist keeping that knee down. Now you may find it's easier to lift that knee up, but just see what happens one time. You can use your block here to twist the torso and then maybe uncurl those toes. It feels better for me to lift that arm up in the twist. So that could be a lot. It is a lot. If it's better for your body to come off that knee, get a little more space there, depending on your anatomy. I'm going to just challenge myself this way as we circle that arm around and we turn the toes under. We keep flowing in our vinyasa. So we lift the left knee. We step back into our plank again. And we're going to do those 3 chaturanga push-ups. So knees touch down, elbows in by your side. Exhale, halfway, pulse up. Not all the way, halfway, quite a bit. Pulse up, and then maybe this time all the way down. Okay, and then extend the legs, reaching the arms out to the side. Super person pose, Loka Salambhasana. Inhale, pulse it up. Couple breaths here, sustaining it. Breathing in, breathing out. Locust series, locust lifts, this is called. And then we're going to swim forward with one arm and the other and rest. Now into the support of the earth. So sky above, earth below, fire within. That's a, it's not Sanskrit, it's English chant. Sky above, earth below, fire within. We're working on the topics of fire in a good way, not burning out. We're also burning through any stagnation or core beliefs. We think we can't do something. We're burning through that. So we're going to rise up, inhale, or any of the variations of cobra, lion's breath, heart open. Hear that sound. Okay, knees touch if they weren't already. And we're gonna lift the knees, get that core strength build up. It's all built in the core, but certain ones really fire up. Once we stabilize, or you can flow a little bit, we'll do those 10 Kapalabhati breaths again. And begin. Navel to the spine, exhale through the nose. Pull it down. Good. Draw the inner borders of the feet together. If possible, 3-legged dog. Lifting the leg up. Bending the knee. And getting those circles, half circles. Couple of them. So what your body can do. And here's a tricky part. We bring the knee to the chest as we take our time to step through. But I've been talking about the blocks in demo. How to the blocks. As such good hip openers with our lunges. So we lengthen on top of that knee. We lift up the heart. Yeah. And then maybe you want to swivel side to side, hydrating. And we've got our half split coming back. So I'm bringing my right toe, top of the foot on the ground, feeling the left toes back. I like the opposite hand to the opposite leg. Let me round over. Try to lower that left hip, bowing to the wisdom of the heart. Again and again, dropping the mind into the heart. Say it every class at least once. So important to have both working together. And as I will reason, I will act, but guide my reason, will, and activity to the highest octave, to the highest vibration. And then we come forward, belly, heart, headless. Off at the top of that knee. Now this is trickier to do a knee down twist. If this is too much for you, I'm gonna bring my block by the instep, right corner of the abdomen toward the left, and then floating that arm up. See what works for you. Maybe off the knee. Of course, we're all different in the length of our arms and legs, and this all comes to play in our movements and ability. How it works for you. Right, deep, deep, deep hip openers, and then a little bit longer maybe. One more breath in, you may think, and then slowly lower down. I'm going to bring the blocks out to the side. Okay, so turns under. And we step now, let's step back to down dog, back to full body stretch. With the rippling. So we're gonna do it 3 times. So we're gonna ripple like that wave into our plank. Now do a classic half push-up if possible plank. Come back up and back. So that determined will, but also it can be calm. It can be a dedication as you perseverance as you do your half push-up. Very calm will. May seem like an opposite, but they can coexist together. Radiate through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Okay, let's go ahead. And once we come back to down dog, I'm going to step 1 foot forward, and if possible, lift the opposite leg up. So my left foot comes forward, my right foot comes up, and then I'm going to get the blanket out of the way. And my right foot comes forward and my left leg lifts up. And then I step forward and I walk one hand back, then the other into Uttanasana. Forward fold. There's a lot on the wrist. Maybe let's do the classic one where we bring it under the soles of the feet and rock it out if that's possible. Again and again, relaxing any mental burdens that we can't control, the worries and stresses that we can't control. You know, reorganizing our mind as much as we can with our heart. And then we come up in our Uttanasana, our chair pose, arms back. Good, strong. And then sweeping forward. Several pulses. Exhaling through the mouth. And then rising up. Feel that fire in the muscles. Stretching out. And feeling the space all around you. And circling around. As well as within you. Well, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little more heat there. And then getting into the flow. Into circles of the hips. Softness, bending of the knees. as we can just take it into the classic warrior positions here. So move some things around, take a sip of water. You have your blocks by your side for balance pose toward the end here. All right. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. We are stepping our right foot back, spinning it out 30 degrees. Left hip draws back, right hip forward. Then descend in the lunge that feels right to you. The lower you go, the more intense that is. Inhale. Arms out to the side this time. We're pulling weights, 3 to 5 pound weights. I attune my will, tapas, to the source of all power. I attune my will, deepen maybe, to the source of all power. Now this time, take it a little bit further perhaps as we reach our arms up, but lower those shoulders down. I attune my will, like we're having weights by our side, by the ears, to the source of all power, and then to the sky. One more time, a little bit longer maybe. And then reaching up, that was drawing it out into our warrior 2. So I'm going to need to go this way. Okay, so taking, straighten the legs out a little bit and then bending your knee over that second toe. Shoulders lined up with the hips, strong warrior flow here on purpose. Building that heat, warrior pose, let's do that. Bringing the right hand by the right knee, the left arm comes up, root down. I joyfully manifest the power of the divine. Now, we come out in the classic warrior position. Notice the difference when our palms turn up. Inhale, pulsing up. Looking over our left fingertips, I joyfully manifest the power of the divine. I'm open to that power of the divine within me. Strong enough. But now we're moving into humble warrior. Palms face away from one another for a moment. Interlock, angle toward that bent knee, and then come forward. Feel that burning perhaps in that left leg. Humble warrior. Breathing in, breathing out. The left knee is bent. We're going to lower the hands. We're going to rotate off of that back heel. We're going to give ourselves a little rest here and our hydration of the hips. We're going to walk our left foot out to the side, bring the left arm forward, deep, deep, deep. Dental floss for that left hip as we roll onto the little toe side of that left foot. Soften the shoulders. Resting in the eternal now, just coming back again and again to sensation in the body. Sound of the breath. Notice the contact points of the hands together, perhaps. Prayer pose. That was warrior 1 and warrior 2 with humble warrior, very strong, very fire producing, burning out the toxins on the physical level and the mental patterns that don't serve us. There's so much of that can go on, but we're aware of that and we release it. We draw the knee in. Ooh, and we turn the right toes back under, and we're going to take our time to step. Let's step, maybe half step or full step into our forward fold again. So you really feel the difference in each leg most likely as we come over and twist for that right foot. And then come over, twist by bending the left knee, extending out through the right hip. Hold the body toward that left leg. Relaxing any unnecessary worries you can't control. Massage and make that. I'm a real fan of grounding these principles. You know, physically massaging the scalp, literally really scratching out the worries. And then awake my brain, be wise, be strong, affirming our highest truth. Awake my sleeping powers awake. Okay. Chair pose, Uttasana. Maybe bring the feet in a little bit more. Reducing. Up. Moving down. A couple breaths. Feel the strength. As we inhale, rising up, and feeling the space all around. Flowing from below, earth below, sky above, fire within. And let's bring to mind on the other side, anybody we'd like to bring with us on our mat that's in need of healing. We start with that metta meditation. Standing loved ones. Inner circle usually first, and then you can expand. So as we move into Virabhadrasana 1 to the other side, we also bring the person's doing that with us as we come into the spiritual eye, giant step, our opposite leg. So our left foot comes back, our right knee bends into Virabhadrasana 1. Hip back, left hip forward, tailbone down. Now we have the arms out to the side. We're going to stretch the arms out in front. And again, you can use your 3 to 5 pound weights here. Of course, it's very good for us. So we get to bring those in. I attune my will, source of all power. Do a couple of these. Attune my will, down, source of all power. And then more the classic way, opening up to the side, the heart expands. And attune my will, source of all power. One more longer than I might hold. And then from here, I got to turn myself around, but you might be in a position, well, sometimes it's nice to take a break and straighten out that leg a little bit before we group down into our warrior 2. So go from warrior 1 to warrior 2, classic. Warrior 3 is coming up, no worries here, and all the warriors. Roll the flesh of the inner thigh up and back to the second toe. The knee tracking over that second toe. Arms out to the side. Palms down first. Ground, root, stabilize. So important. And then open those wings from the stability. I will be different feeling on this side, of course. Okay. Notice the difference when we turn the palms up and stay rooted. I joyfully manifest the power of the divine. I am a manifestation of the power of the divine. I'm tuning my will This is yoga, right? Union. Individual self uniting with the infinite, the higher self, the divine self, whatever that language that speaks to you. I am a manifestation, an individual self connecting to the divine. Now, humble warrior. Notice the shoulder rotation as you bring the palms to face away from you, behind you in a lock. Lift the heart and come forward. You're definitely feeling burning, most likely in that right thigh. Several breaths here. Again and again, bowing to the wisdom of the heart. And lead the way, and then probably really in need of coming down. I am, I should say, walking the right foot out to the side. And let's just take a shimmy shake here in the hips. Hips for the press today. And then walking that hand in and coming down. Resting in this present moment. Eternal now, by tuning into sensation in the body, maybe contact with the hands, maybe it's an inner prayer for you. Sending care and prayers for whoever is coming into your heart. Visualize them surrounded in love and compassion. And then slowly coming up. Ooh. Now it's a lot, I know it's a lot to move right into that forward fold. So I'm gonna walk my foot back a little bit and come off of that. And you take it halfway and then all the way. And doing a figure 8 with the hips by bending the knees, circling the hips. And maybe doing a little self-massage here. That's right. And we can get activated. A lot of fire going on. Most likely you're feeling that. Legs come up. Inhale in a lock. Lift up. Culminate our moment here in mountain pose before we go to warrior 3. So I'm recommending 2 blocks or sometimes a chair, but this is the one where we're going to, let's go from the ground up, okay? So let's have our blocks here. And I'm going to set the left foot in the middle, okay? And then the 2 mats here, so I have to step back. Space. Lifting the right leg up, trying to find the balance. We're going to do an opposite here. We stay with the hand on the block as the left leg extends, or left arm rather extends, right leg is in the opposite extension, but then if possible, you could stay there or you can fold. Left elbow to right knee. Really get that extension. This is a balance, even though we're holding on to the block, we are balancing. And we're working with that bilateral opposite movement. Intense. One more time. You can relax anytime, but if you can, do one more. And stretch it out. Okay, let's take rest before we go to the other side. Ooh. I like these, what are called 1-minute rests, you know, if you're, whatever you're doing in your day and you don't have time for a full practice. This is like if you have a chair or a desk or a couch, you can just, or a wall, you can extend. So it would be more like that, 90-degree angle extension. I think of doing that throughout the day. Very helpful. Building in those habits, those positive habits. And of course, switching to the other side. So right foot comes in the center line. The left leg extends and lifts. And then you could stay here. Or you could bring the right arm forward. And mid-sized storms, I find my center. I can come back. Draw the right elbow to the left knee, perhaps, and then extend out or stay with the extension out. Mid-sized storms, I find my center. Extending out. Tapas, heat, fire of self-discipline and transformation, staying with the goal long enough, not giving up. Extend, 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 and then lower and release. So you pick, well, let's release all the way down to the ground. That's a good one. Okay. Bending the knees, taking your time. Yeah. Melt down. And it's time for figure 4, which is a great hip opener and release. So again, just lift the heart, and if you're already on the ground, no problem. Release low back, mid back, upper back. So probably feeling the heat, fire, the tapas burn in a good way. Good slow burn. And let's do that. Pilates, hip opener, inner borders of the feet together, knees apart. Yes, it's part of the daily ritual of mind, this movement in the opposite direction. So I have a strap by you. If you would like that for figure 4, we're going to fold that right knee in, flex through the right foot, draw the knee away from you from the hip. And in that triangle space, we're going to reach through either underneath the knee or on top of the knee and use your right elbow like a wedge. Now you can stay here, or you can get more of that hamstring stretch, and we put the strap around the ball of the foot. I'm going to grab the large toe and just concentrate on the exhale, the letting go. Inhale, what do you want to bring into your life? One simple thing. It's a good meal today. Time with a friend, whatever that is. Having nature, pet. Breathing that in, breathing it out. I like to stay. Satisfying. Practice together, that's good. Self-care, what are we bringing in? But also self-care is also what are we saying no to? Boundaries. And then softening the left knee. Planting that foot, folding the right knee in, rotating the ankle. And you guessed it, figure 4 to the other side. So lots of hip openers today, and our lunges and our warrior poses. Flexing through the foot, drawing the left thigh away from you, and that triangle of space, reaching through, using your left elbow like a wedge. And maybe extending the right leg, maybe not. I recommend kind of lassoing the foot first if it's hard to grab the large toe. And along with the spine. Tuning into the rhythm of your breath. Maybe you have music playing in the background. Maybe that helps you move magic. As you know, music is wonderful. So get the different frequencies going. As well as the sound of quiet and silence and breath. Get anything that works for you. Now in Shavasana's around the corner, already probably starting to soften the eyes and the face. And that fear behind the knees, letting that release as best as possible. And you're ready. Releasing the hand and folding that left knee in, rotating the ankle. Any last pose for you to, or maybe just moving into Shavasana. I'm just going to do real quick windshield wiper, feet wide. But you tune in as to what your body needs. Once. And opposite side. Efforts in the opposite direction, just looking at the screen. So remember, cocoon and cozy nesting for our Shavasana. What would feel good for you today? If we're talking hips, which we were talking, private placing your hips loudest, the buttock konasana supported is wonderful. You can use a strap if you want more support. Belt and pull back and push through. Just side of feet to get just one more container there, finding your support. Like getting blankets, eye bags, or eye bag. Maybe it's eye bag too. Water. Let me go into restoration. Run. Ball. So, yeah. It's recommended working with the fire before we go to sleep, but think of it, we'll use this in Shavasana to, let me record this. So let me get this on the recording and send out to people. So that every night, or perhaps in mini Shavasana, we build a bonfire at our spiritual eye, and we let go as much as possible of desires, attachments, the theme today was going to be non-attachment, but we'll bring that in next week. But we're practicing right now, Buddha says that's the root of suffering is attachment. So we're trying as best as possible as human beings to release our attachment. I know it's not easy, but it is a practice. And one of the ways is to build that bonfire of the spiritual eye, and it's the art of letting go what we can't control. So just let your eyes relax and your face soften, and just let the two become one at the spiritual eye. And the affirmation is, nothing on earth can hold me. My soul, like a weightless balloon, soars upward to skies of eternal freedom. Nothing on earth can hold me. My soul, like a weightless balloon, soars upward to skies of eternal freedom. We're burning through the attachments, the resistances. This is a big part of our spiritual practice. As best as possible to work, but we have many opportunities to practice this. And that art of letting go. And I'll guide us through the body scan of relaxing the eyes, maybe letting the head ease from side to side. Softening the upper and lower jaw. If that means exaggerating a yawn for you, go ahead and do that. Noticing, maybe placing the tip of the tongue behind the top front teeth there gently. See how that feels to you. Being aware of sensation inside the mouth. Taste the teeth, the gums, the tongue. Hearing sound, so noticing taste, a sensation, noticing sound, that oceanic sound, the ujjayi breath. If it helps to visualize that ocean waves rising and falling, washing away the attachments, the desires, the things we can't control, and resting in the eternal now. Feel that right shoulder softening away from the right ear. Radiant sensation streamlining down the arm, the elbow, the wrist. Being aware of sensation in the right palm of the hand, digits of the fingers and thumb. And traveling over to that left shoulder and feeling the ease of the lunar side, the left witness observer, just allowing, noticing sensation in the left arm, left elbow, left wrist, temperature in the left palm of the hand, digits of the fingers and thumb. And ventilating into the chest, compassion practice, just Breathing in, noticing what's here for you in the floor, the ceiling, the side walls of the chest. Breathing out, type of relief, ease. Sanctuary of the heart. And if you'd like to bring anyone else in that compassion practice, and deeply breathing into the belly and the low back, the side ribs, solar plexus, the feet, and tapas. It's cooling now as we relax. Campfire with coals just smoldering, but still some heat burning. The sustained way. And resting as you feel the back body really getting heavier, supported by the earth, low, sky above, the fire within, burning of what is helpful to us in our lives. Things we can't control. And it's natural to have attachments, but see if we can just soften a little bit. And this is a practice of the big let go, the big end, when we're pulled away from everything we know. So we practice now to let go willingly rather than forcefully. Feeling the legs, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, left and right, all the way through the soles of the feet, ditches of the toes, tops of the feet. Returning again and again to the deep wholeness, already free, already whole, already aware. Take this truth within you and within others. Just noticing if you'd like to stay in Shavasana longer, Or if you're ready to return to movement, you can do so gradually, comfortably, at your own pace and time. If you feel seated in your comfortable seat, and we'll now do the classic of these 3-syllable Om sound sending prayers of cares to others. And we usually start with the inner circle and perhaps middle, people in their county and the world, extending that down. Generating some heat, tapas, and intention, inhaling, letting the sound come through. And bring the hands in namaste, acknowledging that divine awareness within you, or recognizing that divine awareness within everyone and everything. Namaste. Thank you for being here and practicing together as we bow to the wisdom of our heart.